And we have Dr. Venice Ekemezie, a public affairs analyst, joining us on the show this morning.
Thank you. I thought you wanted to call me Dave.
Good
morning, everybody.
All right, we'll begin with ABS website this time. Forms now on sale for May 2019 session of ABS Film Academy.
Good news. Anambra government congratulates Air Peace Airlines on acquisition of new aircraft.
Anambra used trained on livestock production in Oka.
INEC issues certificates of return to Anambra State House of Assembly members elect in Oka.
Anambra Fisheries Agency targets to expand scope of fish farming and production in Anambra. Those are the major stories on the website of Anambra Broadcasting Service. For the details and more, just go to www.absradiotv.com for those stories and more. One important story there that I want to bring to your notice is the ABS Film Academy forms that are already on sale for May 2019. If you have something, it's usually good to acquire one skill or the other.
And that is a beautiful flyer for that.
Some of the courses you might be learning in the academy include animation, broadcast journalism, graphics, editing, makeup, photography, script writing, directing, production, and cinematography. And
you know that I think that this is the third academic session for that, and the fourth. And I tell you that this academy has produced men and women that are making waves in the creative industry. Yeah. So you do yourself well to join this session. All right.
We'll have INEC issue certificates of return to Anambra State House of Assembly members elect in Oka. I think Anambra is having a good day. At least we don't have supplementary elections that is lasting up till April, like we are seeing in Rivers.
Inconclusive elections.
What's the impact of this on Anambra, both economy and people's psyche?
Well, thank you. There's no logistic problem, inconclusiveness and supplementary, meaning that the INEC in Anambra State did a nice job, and also let me congratulate Dr. Nkwachukwu and his team for the job well done, and also the elected members of House of Assembly, because their conduct and otherwise that made them to be elected means that they are found worthy by their people, and also the Anambra electorate, because as he said, it takes two to tango, and you can see the synergy between the various stakeholders in.
And do you see some of the people that contested with them going to tribunal, contesting the results?
But very minimal, and it's their right, their constitutional right. If you feel that you are not satisfied with the conduct of the election, you try the next level, because that is part of the electoral process. If you can't win at the pool, you may win by the judicial process.
All right.
You said on the part of the economy of Anambra State, you can now see stabilization, and then also let me request the various elected officers to start now to look at their manifestos, so that they'll be able to implement the manifesto of their party and then the promises they have made to the people. Because this time around, the Anambra are much aware now and much politically conscious that they will demand for accountability. You are still worship, and then how have you fared? Even in the next 3 months, because this is a consciousness. And if people start to demand for as such, then our elected leaders will be up and doing.
All right. We'll continue with the papers, looking at Daily Sun and some other papers when we come back from this short break. Stay with us.
life evolves. You should too. 3G is great. 4G is better. Buy an Airtel SIM to enjoy double data on Nigeria's widest 4G network.
All right, we'll move now to the Daily Sun. On the front page of the Daily Sun, we have IPOB. Court revokes Kanu's bail, orders his arrest. And right there, as banner headline, Tinubu to federal government, don't hike VAT. VAT is value-added tax. It will increase hardship, he says. How technology affected our position in OPEC, Buhari. Rivers, PDP alleges plot to stop resource collation using security reports. Ekiti Guba Appeal Court upholds Fayemi's victory. Group canvasses Buhari's live chairmanship of APC Board of Trustees. Those are the stories that we have on the front page of the Daily Sun. Tinubu to federal government, don't hike VAT. Do you agree with him?
Yes, to some extent, because 5% increase, or no matter the increase will also inflict more injuries, more hardship on the economy, and then we will reduce the purchasing power of the people.
But federal government had earlier denied that they're not.
Well, maybe it's an allegation, but it's just a suggestion that they should not.
But for a senior member of the ruling party to make that comment in public, is there no basis to what he's saying, even though the federal government may be denied?
It's suggestive.
It's suggestive.
Yes, and he's entitled to his own
And
opinion.
some analysts are saying that he is trying to clear the road for himself, having been nursing the ambition of becoming the president in 2023.
In the view to clear the road, and then you block the road by your statement. So you can see the budget view. So that's why I said it's suggestive.
Okay.
You can still deny it.
I see. IPOB, court revokes Kanu's bail, orders his arrest.
Well, it's not in Nigeria. Maybe they will try him in absentia or arrest him or then apply extradition.
And what do you think that has led to this?
Well, they want to try him, and I think for some time now he has been making some statement that the federal government may not like. And I think, let me call it a guerrilla trial, because it's not in Nigeria. Guerrilla warfare.
Okay. All right, we'll move to the Daily Times now. Buhari launches micro pension plan as 95.31 billion infrastructure investments, now 8.7 trillion. Buhari launches micro pension plan as 95.31 billion infrastructure investments, now 8.7 trillion naira. Tinubu to Buhari, it is time to work harder for Nigerians, urges president to work out a model that is homegrown, peculiar to meeting economic needs of Nigerians. Says hiking VAT will reduce purchasing power of Nigerian consumers, increase hardship. IPOB, court revokes Kanu's bail, orders his arrest. Obiano urges federal government to name Air Peace national carrier. Women protest in Rivers call for declaration of governorship election results, and why INEC withheld a corruption certificate of return. Those are the stories on the front page of the Daily Times newspaper.
Let's look at this Port Harcourt politics. Women protesting in Rivers calling for declaration of governorship election. How long is this collation going to take? Is it not the same collation that was done in ours in most states of the Federation after the election?
Well, I think the intent now, INEC always like to come out with new physiology and terminologies, inconclusiveness, supplementary, and logistics. Maybe still having some logistics problem. And then the demand and demonstration is not a new thing in Nigeria. The about women riots, they demanded, and so many other demands. And then bring back our ideas. So it's part of the political process. However, INEC should be cautious, because I think River State politics is getting a bit
But when you look at this story, INEC had already released the new timetable after the investigation of what happened,
Yes.
of how they will conduct the collation and complete the supplementary elections in places where it is demanded.
Yes.
But we see these women protesting and asking for the collation of results. And there are several protests taking place in different parts of the country. You begin to ask questions. Will this protest bring solution maybe to this? When we all know that probably this is a constitutional crisis.
Well, provided it's a civil disobedience. If it's a civil disobedience, it's part of interest group management and stakeholders management, whereby the election management body should also know that there are people that their interests are being trampled upon, and the earlier the result is released or the election is completed, the better for them, so that whoever emerges as governor will start.
And based on the various protests that is going on in the whole country, doesn't it put a question mark on the credibility of the last general elections? It hasn't been like this.
It hasn't been like that, yes, in one way or the other. Then you think of the political consciousness of the people, the awakening situation in Nigeria, whereby the electorates, the people, Nigerians, are now demanding that this is my right, this is our right. And then, so that if we are holding them hostage, so that we'll be able to release whatever they have as part of their interest.
All right, we'll move over to the Punch newspaper now. The outcomes of yesterday's Tinubu's colloquium is still making waves across the papers. We have mixed reactions as Tinubu urges federal government to revisit power sector privatization. APC chief warns government against raising VAT. 4 injured in a Ekiti tanker inferno. Appeal court affirms Fayemi's victory, dismisses Eleka PDP's appeal. PDP senators-elect may present candidate for Senate presidency. Court orders Kanu's arrest, says IPOB leader will be tried in absentia. Federal government unveils pension plan for 80 million informal sector workers. Those are the stories, major stories on the front page of the Punch.
Yeah, you missed another. CCT chairman wrongly accused journalist. CCT's record shows.
All right. Well, let's look at this story before we go. Federal government unveils pension plan for 80 million informal sector workers.
It's a micro pension scheme, and then it's adopted to accommodate the various participants in Nigerian economy, especially the low-income earners, so that they will also earn pension from their little earning. And then, they are going to save, they are going to pay into the accounts of the pension commission. And then, when they are due for retirement or because of age or incapacitation, then...
So you think this is the right thing to do at this point?
It's part of re-engineering the economy. It's part of giving the people the sense of belonging, and then part of it, if you view it from political economy approach, it means that the people are now being taken care of. The government is now thinking...
argue that making policies that will strengthen the private sector to stand better on its own could have been a better strategy in reaching the low-income earners in that sector.
I remember that federal government embarked on market money. So from market money now to pension for the low-income earners. So maybe I think part of it is that we have given you money.
The market, the trader money. Is the trader money still on after the elections?
Wait, I'm just analyzing it. We have given you money. Now we have generated some income. Why not pay it into the pension scheme?
Okay.
So you can see
from the trader money.
Yes,
so perhaps they want to recoup the money now.
Well, you are paying in your interest, or you are paying your gain.
All right. In 30 seconds, do you foresee a resistance from the private sector workers?
I don't think it's voluntary now. It's voluntary. The resistance will come if it is not voluntary. Okay. You can't force a private person to belong where he or she doesn't want.
All right, Dr. Dennis Ikemezi, thank you for joining us on the press review on Good Morning Anambra this morning.
Thank you, it's my pleasure. And thank God it's Friday. You invite me tomorrow.
Sunday is Mother's Day, so maybe,
There's so many invitations.
Okay, I think we are coming to your place.
And Ofo Nubu.
Are you inviting us?
Why not?
I know you are from Umundri and you know how to cook with believer.
Yeah.
That's how we'll go. Our discussion segment comes up in minutes. Stay with us.